Hi there traders and welcome to the daily recap show for today, which is Monday the 31st of October. I hope you had a lovely weekend, happy Halloween, and I hope you've had a great month trading as well. So we'll start with the FTSE as always. These were the zones of reference. We said that the FTSE was in a range at the moment and a little bit choppy. We said the resistance came in at 7084 to 94, with sustained breaks above there opening up moves towards 7144 to 54. A break below initial support at 7043 to 7053, which was towards the bottom of the range, would open up moves down. Any of the support zones below could react. However, 6988 to 6998 would have been the first place I would have looked for longs for a trade location. So let's go and have a look at the FTSE today. Okay, so as we can see, the market opened up here and we quickly moved down below and got the acceptance below that initial support zone. No long signals there. We got the acceptance below. We then got the pullback. This is a valid retest signal, which would have been a losing trade. We've got the acceptance below and a pullback, a corrective pullback into that, so I don't mind that as a shorting opportunity for a retest there. So that would have been a losing trade. We then got the false break signal, so we've got the acceptance back above that initial support zone. We then got the retest back into the support zone, and we got a nice long there to push higher. So if you had taken this losing trade, there was an opportunity to make it back from the false break signal. And you could have taken some of your profits into this minor zone and then held a small runner into the main top of the range there. We then got the push through, pull back, and then we got a really bullish acceptance candle above that zone there. If you had managed to get long on this or any other signal from this zone, from this breakout, you should be running this. You can target up towards this 44 to 54 zone, but any positions that you do have should be well managed now and risk-free. So a couple of really nice opportunities there on the FTSE. One this morning on a retest for a breakdown, which was a loser, and then a nice long on the false break and retest of that initial support zone, and then a breakout and a sustained break above the resistance zone of that range. So that's the FTSE. Now let's go and take a look at the DAX. Okay, so these were the zones as a reference on the DAX. We said initial support came in at 13,245 to 13,265. If we held above there, we could see moves back to resistance at 13,430 to 450. We said if we got acceptance back below the initial support zone, then we were back into the range and we had support at 13,050 to 13,070. So let's go and take a look at the DAX. Okay, so very choppy, tight range here on the DAX today. Not the best price action. You can see a market opened here. We got that push down. Didn't get the full acceptance below there. And potential for a retest and a continuation pattern there. Probably just about enough to get the one-to-one risk to reward from that there to make that trade risk-free, although not the best trade in my opinion. We then got the acceptance back above, and you can see it's just all very, very choppy. We did get a bit of a reversal pattern here from the initial support zone as well. Having just taken out the liquidity from these lows, again, it's really not the most high probability setup, not one that I would really be looking to take. But having gained the acceptance back above the initial support zone, that is valid to look for longs from that area. Other than that, we haven't really seen any upside momentum to start targeting towards the higher zones. So not really a lot to do on the DAX today. Much better price action on the FTSE, much clearer setups, and much more high probability setups. So that's the FTSE and the DAX. Hope you had a great day's trading and a good end to the month, and we'll be back tomorrow for the start of November.